Hello, everyone, and welcome back to AI in Real Estate. Here is where I share practical, real world examples on how AI can help you save time and make better, more informed decisions. Having worked with some of the largest real estate players in the world, I strongly believe that what is happening in AI today will deeply change how our industry operates. And the earlier we learn how to use it efficiently, the further ahead we'll be in the game. From deep analysis to drafting documents, there are many different ways to apply AI in order to score quick wins every single day. And here's the key point that I always say: you don't need to be an AI expert to start seeing real productivity gains. Small, targeted steps can already make a meaningful difference. For today's use case, I'll be using Leni, an agentic AI that combines its own mathematical models with the leading foundational models, allowing it to apply the right approach depending on the task. So let's dive into it. And this is a very common exercise that I had to go through every time I look at deals in new markets or when we are considering opening new regions. The first thing I was focused on was understanding the market fundamentals and the key drivers behind that type of investment. So let's start. In the first episode, I shared what I think is the best way to get better answers from the AI, and it is to ask the AI to help you write the questions. In other words, prompting by prompting. So here's what I will do. So let's ask Leni the question. There we go. Let's see the prompt. Comprehensive research prompt for the most recent and relevant data on market fundamentals and key drivers for multifamily investments in a specific region. Research prompt, objective, okay, economic and demographic context, supply and demand fundamentals, rent and revenue growth, sales, transaction and cap rate environment, expense and growth trends, key risks and opportunities, competitive positioning, sources. Okay, so let's copy this prompt and let's see. So, well, I was talking to a friend that lives in Fort Lauderdale this morning. So let's say Fort Lauderdale. Let's see what Leni brings back to me. There we go. Let's see. Okay, key drivers, Q4 25, Q1 26. Overview. Standout multifamily market, resilient fundamentals despite national headwinds. Okay. Here's the economic and demographic context: population, labor force, unemployment rate, job growth, median household income, migration demand, renters. Okay. Vacancy rate, some metrics here. Okay, most recent numbers for net absorption and deliveries. Key insight, interesting. Good absorption despite high levels of construction and deliveries. Okay, rent and revenue growth. Okay, concessions, transactions and cap rates. Key risks and opportunities. This is really good, actually. Major developers and owners. Okay, these competitors. And the primary sources of all this data. Really good. Data coverage. And how Leni got to the answer. Oh, that's really good. And then now I'm going to ask a really simple question, just to follow up on this. Okay, let's see how Leni responds to this. Okay, it's a strong market, positive long-term demand drivers, attractive risk-adjusted returns, interesting, compared to other major US metros, top positives for the investment, tailwinds, economic drivers, Resilience, cap rate spreads, interesting. Main risks, cautions, of course, supply, elevated construction pipeline. Good to know that. Expense surges. Okay. Strategic considerations, critical diligent items, and market outlook. Attractive entry points for well underwritten, okay, savvy investors, and how Lenny got to the answer. That's actually really good. So just to wrap up, I think everybody already went through this. When we pull the reports or a lot of data and we need to send the reports or to the investment committee or to our senior executives. So let's ask Lenny to do that. There we go. Generated a professional PDF. What is in the report, from executive summary to strategic conclusions, how he got the answer. Interesting. Let's click here and see the report. Okay, executive summary. Okay, as we saw before, economic and demographic context, supply and demand fundamentals, rent and revenue growth for class A, B, and C. Interesting. Transactions and cap rate environment, expense and NOI trends, key risks and opportunities, competitive positioning, okay, strategic investment conclusions, good, top strategies, and how Lenny got to the answer. Actually, this is really, really good. So this was another example on how AI can help you quickly understand market fundamentals and key drivers even before you open a spreadsheet. In later episodes, we'll build on this and look at how AI can help you analyze a specific deal, not only the market behind it. And stay tuned as I continue to share real use case on how to work smarter here on AI in real estate.